Today's tutorial is changing the processor in a Dell GX520 small form factor. This is also the same as doing a Dell GX620. I'm not using the anti-static precautions just for the ease of the filming. Before we start, ensure the power leads out and the computer is powered down. Remove the case lid. This is done by pulling the catch at the side and lifting the lid off. Next thing we need to remove is the CD/DVD drive. This is done by lifting the little metal catch, normally with a blue sticker on top, up and pulling the drive out. There's no need to undo the drive completely, just put it to the side. Next, pull the SATA lead data cable from the hard drive and tuck that to the side. Next, you need to unscrew the two screws either side of the heatsink that holds it in place. Do the right one first, then the left one. The heatsink is then removed by tipping back and lifting up. If there is any dust in the heatsink, it might be a good time to clear it out now. Now, we need to remove the original processor. This is done by pushing the lever bar down and back, which releases the holding plate. The holding plate is then lifted up and the processor carefully taken out. We now get our replacement processor, and to ensure it is fitted correctly, there are two notches either side. Now these match up with the notches on the pin array there and there. So place the processor on top of the pin array, put the holding plate back down and bring the lever bar back down. Push it down, out and under the catch. Before we can replace the heatsink, we need to use some thermal compound. Now this ensures a good contact between the processor and the heatsink for heat transfer. Place a little drop on the processor, and before we place any on the heatsink, it needs to have a clean and remove any excess old heatsink compound. The compound spread evenly using the tip of the heatsink syringe, and same for the processor. Now, place the heatsink back on. This is often fiddly. Ensure it goes over the motherboard retaining bracket correctly and placed down. If it's not fitted properly, it will be obvious. Then screw back both the screws on either side of the heatsink. A point to note here, if you are changing the processor to a dual coil processor, you will have to change the heatsink to the ones that have the copper pipes on, because it will generate too much heat for the standard heatsinks. Then replace the SATA data cable that was taken out at the beginning. Then the CD/DVD drive, exactly the same as removal. Sure, clips in place, nice and firm. Then the lid is put back on and clips into place. Your processor has now been changed.